Alright, so let's talk about Theatrhythm Final Bar Line, or actually, how do you pronounce it? Is it Theatrhythm? Theatrhythm? Please let me know in the comments. This is a rhythm game that primarily features music from the Final Fantasy series, but showcases other Square Enix titles too. So, is it worth playing? And more importantly, I guess, is it worth your time and money? I'll be giving you a quick summary on the story, the gameplay, and then my final thoughts, good and the bad, on who I think should be picking this game up. Let's get started. So for the story and setting, there's no real story, but the goal is collecting rhythm points by completing song tracks from various Final Fantasy games. For the primary features of this game, there's 3 modes. I'll quickly go over all of them, with the first being the series quest. This is essentially the campaign mode. You'll unlock new game worlds, characters, and complete songs with different challenges attached to them. They start you off with 1 world key and a couple of choices such as Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy II as starting points on a new save file. Each world has a dozen or so songs to get through. These stages are rhythm challenges. You'll press triggers and move the analog sticks to the beats and different prompts. Any face or shoulder button on your controller can be used for the red and green buttons, while the arrows tell you where to move the analog stick on beat. It doesn't really matter the positioning of each of the beats, they're all the same, and it's basically just worry about the timing. It's there to switch things up graphically and increases difficulty as it can confuse the players. There's 4 difficulties to choose from, and you can create sets of parties to use within these stages to help you defeat monsters, activate skills, and survive. So basically, each world that you get to unlocks new characters. They all have their own stats and skills. You got warriors, defenders, hunters, summoners, healers, etc. You can combine them at your leisure. During these rhythm stages, it auto battles and travels for you. You can, for the most part, ignore all of the RPG aspects if you want and just complete the songs. However, if you want to defeat more monsters for loot, get higher scores, and heal with different skills, you'll want to customize your party. Different skills like healing, attacking with physical and magical attacks, and even passives, they all have to be equipped and triggered in lots of different ways, like during durations on the track or when hitting certain trigger combos. Once you get far enough in a world, you'll get a key that lets you back out and unlock other game worlds, or you can keep finishing up the one you're in. Let's move on to music stages now. This is essentially the free play mode, where you can replay any song you've unlocked in the series quest or through DLC and Season Pass. It's organized into categories. You can choose difficulties, change your parties, and pretty much just go crazy playing all of your favorites over and over again. Moving on to the multi-battle, this is the PvP mode. You can play ranked or casual against players online or friends. Basically, you find or create a lobby, then you all choose one song. It will randomly roulette one. You all play it on expert mode, which is the second hardest out of 4 difficulty available, and the highest score wins. And that's essentially Theatrhythm Final Bar Line in a nutshell. So let's get into all the things I liked and didn't like. I guess we can start with the good stuff. There's so many songs. There's 300 plus in the base game, and if you shell out for the deluxe edition, you'll get 500 plus total with exclusives and season pass ones. I like how there's a ton of characters to use. There's 104-ish at launch. They're really adorable little chibi-ish graphics, and you can mix and match all of them. They all have their own skills. It's fun to level them up and just see what skills are going to unlock. This is a nice spectacle of a rhythm game. You know, I never have the chance to look at all the different battles with your characters moving around, monsters coming in, and there's FMV stages which you can unlock later, but I'm too busy trying to not drop a chain by looking at the rhythm. But every time I look down, it's pretty cool. But if you do stream it or make videos, at least people can look at other stuff besides just that. It's really fun to just see all of the chaos going on. With this primarily being Final Fantasy featured, I think the RPG aspects is well represented. While it's not the biggest deal to maximize a party with all the perfect stats and all the perfect skills, it's nice that the option is there for those who, actually need and want a little bit of extra healing if you fail too much, or you can increase the drop rates for different collectibles when monsters, drop them. I think the free play is good, and there's a good amount of customization that comes along with it. You can adjust things like the video and audio delay timing. There's even things like practice and auto mode if you wanted to see all of the music play out. There's local multiplayer with sharing controllers. There's a solo button mode where you can not worry it's accessibility pretty much, where you can just press a single button and get through the whole song. And the PvP I think is done pretty well. I went in as soon as it was unlocked with a decently low level party and went first place, by the way, against a team that had level 99 characters. So it looks like you can do pretty well without maximizing, and I guess you would call this like net decking a party, going online and seeing what the best skills are and stuff. Now for the bad stuff, there really isn't much. The game is nice and concise, but I would say the biggest problem that people will be complaining about, I think, is the pricing and the locking out of songs. Oh my god. First of all, the base game is $49.99. It's definitely not the worst, but wow, you lose out on so many songs if you don't shell out for the season pass later or buy it all straight out from the get-go for $99.99. It is that expensive. And remember, 300 or so in the base game, 500 plus total with the extra things, and who knows what they're going to be adding later. This is just all the announced stuff. And I also don't know if it's just going to be passes they're selling. They can also be going the route, I don't know, I didn't really look this up, but they can do individual songs and stuff later, which would really suck. But yeah, let me tell you about some of the other games that are featured here besides Final Fantasy. You got like the Nier series, the Mana series, Xenogears, and there's some unannounced ones for later. I think they said around 2 to 3 weeks in between intervals for these things. So yeah, this game is really fun. It's highly charming, tons of replayability. New songs are releasing for months if you get the game like now. Decent PvP, ranked and casual, good customization, good accessibility. It's just that price tag of $100 for locking out 200 more songs is a little bleh. I think if you've played the other Theatrhythm games, like, on the 3DS or even in the arcades, this is very similar. Even if you haven't played those, but you like rhythm games like Osu, this is a really good quality buy. It's curated well with the song choices and the different sort of stage patterns. It all syncs up to the beat, really nice. You got huge challenges with the ultimate and the supreme difficulty. So I would say only get this game if you like rhythm, really. No one else should even be thinking about picking this game up, as there's no really other gameplay aspects besides that. So for rhythm lovers, this is a good pick. Other than that, go look somewhere else. So I guess that's it. If you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to see my playthrough of this and other things, I live stream on Twitch, and I'm uploading it all on the MabiVsGames 2 channel, which is the Let's Play channel. All links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.